In this movie, we're going to take a look at the very important process of defining your website. Now, you could just jump right in here, click HTML under the Create New heading, create a new page, and start building a web page from there. But that would be a foolish way to start, especially if you're going to be creating a site with even just a couple of pages within it. In order to manage your site properly, you need to let Dreamweaver know where on your hard drive all of your site's files, folders, pages, images, videos, and so on are going to be located. Basically, you want to have one all-inclusive folder on your computer that contains everything that's going to be used in your site. This all-inclusive folder is called your site or root folder. Telling Dreamweaver where this folder is located is called defining your site. Once Dreamweaver knows where this folder is, it'll be able to keep track of and handle all the changes that you make to your site. This is especially important if you start moving pages or images around once everything is linked together. Without Dreamweaver's file management capabilities, moving a single image or a page from one folder to another could result in broken links or missing images on several pages throughout your entire site. So let's take a look at how we define a site. Under the Create New heading, I'm going to come down here and click Dreamweaver Site. So now we're in the site definition window. Notice at the top here that you have your choice of Basic or Advanced. Both allow you to define your site and end up with the same results. It's just that the Basics tab involves a lot more hand-holding and explanation. But I'm here to hold your hand right now, so let's switch over to the Advanced tab. Don't let that word advanced scare you either. There's nothing really advanced in here. It's just that the main difference between advanced and basic is that basic walks you through your site definition step by step through a series of questions, while advanced has most of the information fields you need to fill out located in just the local info and remote info categories. And we're only going to concern ourselves with the local info right now since we just want to jump in and start working with Dreamweaver with files on our computer. You'll learn more about the remote info side of things in the video on publishing your website. So since I'm just starting out, I'm going to plug in my local info. And in here we have two important fields, site name and local root folder. Think of the site name as just a nickname for your site. Just give the site a name that makes sense to you so that you'll recognize it whenever you need to bring up the site to work on it. For this example, let's say we're building a new site for the Aquos sports drink. So I'll just type in Aquos site. Again, the site name is just an internal name for your reference. It won't appear anywhere else in your website. But most importantly, we need to tell Dreamweaver where our local root folder is. This is the true act of defining our site. The root folder, as I was saying earlier, is the one folder that contains your entire site's files. In this case, I already have a folder on my desktop containing all the files I'm going to be using, but even if you're just starting from scratch with nothing, the process is pretty much the same. Start by clicking the folder icon next to the local root folder field. This allows me to navigate to and select my root folder, if it already exists. But I can also create a new folder from here by clicking New Folder. So I'm going to select the folder on my desktop called Aquos Site, which I copied there previously. And if you're working along with me, you can find the source files used in this tutorial in the details area of the video workshop. Now on a Mac, I just need to click on that folder once to select it and then click Choose. If you're on Windows, selecting your site folder is just a little bit different because of the way Windows is set up. You start off the same way as you do on the Mac by clicking the folder icon next to the local root folder field, but when you locate your folder in Windows, you have to actually open it, and then you'll see a button labeled Select, which you can then click to select the folder you opened as your local root folder. So that's just a slight variation between the two operating systems, but definitely worth noting. On a Mac, you click the folder once and click Choose. On Windows, open the folder and click Select. So once you've done that, you've now defined your local root folder. So once you've named your site and told Dreamweaver where that folder is located, that's all you really have to do to get started. And again, we'll talk more about the remote info category on the video on publishing your site. Everything else here you can just leave the way it is right now. And we'll go ahead and click on OK. Dreamweaver is going to scan through that folder to see exactly what's in there. And now I have my site in Dreamweaver. In the Files panel over here on the right, you can see up here that there's the name I gave my site, Aquos Site. And as you work with more sites in Dreamweaver, they'll all be listed in this menu so that you can easily switch between sites. This menu also gives you access to the other locations on your computer, as you can see there. So that's how we define a site in Dreamweaver. Once your site is defined in Dreamweaver, all of your site management should be done from Dreamweaver. Resist the temptation to move files and folders around from within your operating system. Dreamweaver cannot keep track of changes you make to your site folder if you do it outside of the Dreamweaver interface. And again, defining your site is an essential step of working in Dreamweaver, so do not skip it. You'll save yourself a lot of hassle by making your site definition the first thing you do.